quite like that.
You know, Peter, television's not that important. It's just a job. Lighten up. Have a vacation.
He has a very aggressive approach to his work, but I think that's because he's from New York.
I mean, like, we'll probably all be dead in a few years anyway. Either that or we'll all be old.
Did you always want to work in television?
I did, yeah.
Why?
Well, I actually started out, I did a graphic design degree, did animation, and then just made the move from that into production because I like organising. Now I don't want to work on animation on my own. I haven't got the confidence.
Did you get the colour?
Yeah, I did.
Boards and the budget outline?
Well, the budget, I don't know.
That is, it's a preliminary budget, so...
No, that's fair enough. We want the logo to be recognisable. We want it to be kind of, you know, quote-unquote legal, but at the same time, we want it to be in your style. I don't want you to feel like you have to do it with a ruler. Now, I do appreciate it being bright and colourful and standing out from the rest.
Yeah, I see, yeah, because it is very much...
This obviously has character, because literally has a character in it.
Yeah.
It's kind of having it not look more integrated into the situation.
I see, yeah. I mean, basically, the soundtrack would be lots of tearing paper as well, and very sort of dramatic.
Yeah, exactly. We certainly don't want any pop music.
No.
You know, there's enough of that around, so that's good. All right, well, that's cool.
Really?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Coat's out here?
Yeah, it's just there.
Trace, could you be so kind? Yeah. Oh, my God.
Neil, how did it go?
Fine.
Yeah?
Yeah. We're still, I'm going to do another set of storyboards or play around with storyboards.
How much money do you make doing something like that?
I mean, it's not particularly a big budget job as such, but I mean, it's nice because it's a piece of direction work and you get a budget to do it to a professional standard.
How much money do you end up with in your pocket after all the materials?
Right. I think, I mean, I've tended to budget it quite small because I really want to do
How much money do you make out of it?
Right. All right, I've budgeted for about, I'd say about £170 a week.
I think that this kind of broadcasting is the future. I had a big debate with a friend of mine. He said, how can you make a documentary for £5,000? What about my thinking time? The thinking time, you've got to just think on the move now. This is the new world. And he was really ratty with me, and he said, you're responsible for so much. You're responsible for young people. You've got to think. You know, you keep saying you're a modern programme maker. You're just a cheap programme maker. And so I said, no, it's all about, we've got to free our minds in this new world of sort of multi-channel television. What we've got to do is we've got to invent fantastic new formats, you know, break the mould, invent new things that nobody's ever done before.
Well, I think we've got a different vibe here. I mean, we've got a channel to promote for 24 hours. I think MTV has defined a certain look for that a lot of channels have copied. You know, look at some of the stuff that the BBC does in terms of their #2 idents. They're basically based on MTV 10-second IDs.
So is it like advertising, like you advertise the channel on the channel?
Well, we kind of image the channel.
People say that you watch MTV and it's the bit between the music videos that's really interesting, and it's short films. How is that imaging?
Well, no one else does it, to my knowledge, so that, to begin with, that gives some kind of significant difference to perhaps other channels. Certainly if you surf through the cable and satellite world, you won't find young animators or young filmmakers being given too much of a break out there.
So, as you know, the spots should be on the air as of Monday.
Right.
There was, I know, I discussed with you the possible ITC reactions and all this about the greatest hits.
Even though my intention was not to kind of show anything aggressive or dangerous, we were trying to do something that was as on the edge as possible.
Yeah. There's so much distressing stuff on, and there's so much, I guess, maliciously intended stuff.
Absolutely.
That's something that is clearly intended to entertain, to possibly puzzle or something, but certainly not to threaten.
there's a kind of a deliberate void in the pieces, and that disturbs some people. And people whose job it is to interpret stuff are going to bring maybe
their own demons in.
Distressing interpretations intentionally in order to kind of throw that void back.
It's just difficult because it's such an awkward shape, and everything we do has to incorporate the MTV logo. For instance, with this, I really like the way that this logo is looking, but I think we're going to have a problem putting the MTV logo in flames. I can't see that happening somehow.
Not a very good marketing plan.
So, particularly because it's going on the underground.
So, like, how much time do you have to put things together when you put things together?
Very little time.
Does that make you crazy?
Very little time at all, yeah. I mean, we're just constantly working on, you know, half a dozen different jobs at once.
Do you ever get jealous of the people who make television?
No, not at all.
Do you ever just want to be out of it?
Horrendous job.
There he is.
Hello.
How you doing? Nice to finally meet you. Get rid of your stuff up there.
Do you have decaffeinated tea?
No, don't be silly.
Okay.
Just the machine.
I'll take the machine then.
Do you mean regular tea decaffeinated, or do you mean like an
regular
herbal tea?
Decaffeinated tea,
Oh,
or herbal, or anything.
Yeah,
That's
I think
all right.
here I'm sorry to say it'd probably get lifted.
Yeah, people need it around here, I guess.
No, I mean people probably take the box home.
Oh.
Anyway.
Wow, cool stuff.
Anyway, it was good. I got to sit down with my boss, and he enjoyed them, you know, which is good. I mean, not
That's
that
the
I
thing
didn't
about
think
it.
he would.
The more people that see this, I mean.
Oh, I know. Everybody loves them.
People like they grow on you. It's so weird.
You know, we'd like to explore 10, and that's just a random number. It's not to say it won't be 12,
Yeah.
it not be, you know, whatever. I think some of them are not particularly whatever.
I mean, for every video I've ever made, for everything, I don't have a camera, and I've borrowed equipment,
Right.
and I've had to talk a million people into lending me things. That's why they all look so bad, because, you know.
Different cameras each.
Yeah, and then I take these recordings and I just mix audio onto a videotape, and I sit there and I hit play and record over and over again until
Right,
it's
so you
synced
get it.
up. I've got like a wood-burning VCR.
This is not the time where you're going to get your
No, I totally
retirement
understand
money
that.
or what a golden parachute.
No.
as they
What I'm
kinda
getting
call
is
it.
a good chance.
I think we would probably, I know we briefly discussed what would be the content of these, and I think they will be, well, at least my take on it would be they would be fairly generic. I mean, they wouldn't be specific to an individual band. But it's not to say, I'm not sure now whether they should even address anything per se.
I like how they get sort of postmodern at times, and they get a little like slacker postmodern Muppet serial characters at times. How they
Can't
just
say I know exactly what you mean.
You don't know what I mean? Just like just sort of like affected by media. Do you know what I mean? It's like they're affected by media, but it comes out bent.
Yesterday, we encountered a new planet. It was a big red planet with red people. We attempted to dock on the planet when we met our first alien. Hello! His name was Rex.
I must say, Chester, I maybe appreciate the design a little more than the others. But,
Do you know what he is? He's a rubber statue of Buddha. And I pushed Buddha's head in and held it with my hand. So he's actually a mold. He's made out of a mold of Buddha.
Just sucked in.
Yeah, back, like pushed outward and then pushing Buddha's head in and holding it. So,
It's like bad karma,
I
isn't
mean,
it?
everything. No, it's great karma.
Okay.
It's excellent karma.
Is it?
You're probably giving a person their first chance in television. Is that a satisfying thing for you?
Yes. It's, but I wish I could do more. I mean, I know that sounds a little whatever.
When I came through the door in 1992, was it, when we had our first meeting? What did you think?
Do I remember like yesterday? I don't. I'm sorry to say.
Do you have to get back to work?
Never.
Come and